Hello guys, it is Elite from Cheat back here. I'm in the Technic mod pack, but this mod is in more than this mod pack. I know that for a fact. I am doing not a mod review, but I am going to help you guys get started with your Applied Energistics system. First of all, the base blocks you are going to need an ME controller crafted by. For that, you will need 4 Fluix crystals, 4 iron, an ME advanced processor. To make the ME advanced processor, you can do it this way, but I don't like that way. You can just make your advanced processor assembly, smelt it with anything. To make that, you need a diamond, a piece of silicon, 2 redstone, a quartz cutting knife, and silicon is made with any type of quartz dust in a furnace. Fluix crystals are made with redstone, nether quartz, and certus quartz. So this, other than the diamond, shouldn't be too hard to get. And if you're playing on a server, you can probably buy the diamond. Next, you are going to need some sort of engine, or dynamo in this case, just something to power it. It will take anything, RF, MJ, EU, but then you also need something to fuel it. And for this case you need something to fuel it. I'm using a blazing pyrotheum bucket. And so what we're going to do is place down our ME controller. That bar right there indicates the power. We're going to take our magmatic dynamo, make sure it's facing in, and put in our pyrotheum. You can use anything that supplies it with energy. And you will see that that is starting to slowly build up and change texture. And you'll see that there is a lot of energy being stored, but there's only being 6 AE. AE is basically Applied Energistics energy, so there's only 6 AE being used every tick, which isn't a lot considering the amount we're getting every tick. Now, the next thing we do, you probably want to hook up something like something like where you can access your items, like an ME terminal. Well, you're going to need a couple other things for that. First, you're going to need some ME cable, and I'm not going to go through all the recipes because there's a lot. Then you're going to need an ME drive and some drives for it. You're also going to need your terminal. So what you're going to want to do is put some cable. I like around the back. You can do around anywhere. And you're going to want to place down first your ME drive. And this is the terminal needs a place to store the items that you put in it. And the drive holds little like hard drives where you can store those items. And I believe the biggest one, other than a creative basically is unlimited. Other than the creative cell, I believe the biggest one is the 128 cubed, which stores up to 128 by 128 by 128. So that is interesting. Let's put one of these in here. Well, and this mod is can't put it in there. Okay, I guess I get. I'll use another one. This mod is very good about texture changing. We've got 3D textures. The biggest one is 64K. They have good changing textures. Like if I put it in the bottom left, it knows it's in the bottom left. If I put it in the top left, it knows it's in the top left, and it changes the texture. I think that's pretty good. Good job, AE and its creators. Next, we're gonna plop down our terminal. And that is basically loading. These are they've done really cool things with the textures. But we're going to add that, and then it's going to configure itself. And then we can put basically anything in here. And it's really good, because you can put, let's say I grab 2 stacks of dirt. If I put one in here, Then I put the other. Instead of having a chest where they're completely different slots, they join in a slot. Except the thing is, let me show you guys something. On this drive, there are only 65,536 bytes. That basically every item is a byte. And there's 63 types, which means we can have 63 different, like, types of items in this. So, if I put dirt in, I think you saw a flash there, did you? Yes, you did. And then you're gonna see, there's some byte scheme stuff. And then there's also one of 63 types. Of course, there's a lot of other really cool things we can do with ME, like auto-crafting, which I will make a separate video on. But let's see what I have in my backpack that I want to show you. The last thing I want to show you in this video is the wireless access for your terminal. Also, there's a type of terminal that lets you craft, but once you have auto-crafting, you don't need that, and I don't really like that, because people have crafting tables. So you're going to need to attach a cable, and you're going to need to get an ME wireless access point. What you can put here is just a little thing to boost the range of your point, so you can have, it's kind of like a cellular system. But then you can go into this ME controller, and if you have an ME wireless access terminal, you have to power it. But if you have an ME wireless access terminal, mine is unlinked, which you can see on the name. When you put it in here, it's gonna link it and put it down here. Now it's linked. And if I destroy my access point here, there's no signal. I can't use my wireless controller. And also, if I go too far away, there's no signal and I can't use that anymore. But when I'm close enough, I can just go bam, and I can literally access it from, and you can literally have like a cellular network working. Because if you have, like, let's say you're playing multiplayer, you play with your friends on, like, I don't know, like a Tekkit faction server or something, you have a really big base. You could hook an AE system to wireless points all over your base in the walls. And what you can do is, instead of having to go and give it to somebody or meet up at separate terminals, if you both have wireless access points, or no, if you both have the wireless controllers and there's wireless access points everywhere, one can just put it into their controller and the other can just take it out, which makes really a lot of mobility. Or like if you're building and you have something in your system that you forgot to get for your build, instead of having to run back, or like if you're building something tall, instead of having to run back to nerd pull up and then do all that, you can just go like bammy wham, and there's your stuff that you need. And you can actually put anything in here. And I believe, I'm not absolutely sure, but I believe it is possible for AEYs to get these things. It's not through full blocks, but like, plus either way, I like that. That looks kind of cool. And really, you can make anything with this. You can make any network as long as you have enough power. Like, what I could do was put another magmatic dynamo there. And another magmatic dynamo there. And look at this thing. It's a boss with this power. It's literally got infinite power. Huh. And of course, right now you think it's just hovering over like 10,000. And you have to be careful about this, because the more wire you use, that takes up energy too. I can just go and put a ton of wires everywhere and have, even though you don't want to do that, because then look at my energy used now. as soon as I disconnect these. Back down to only 12.2. So I would like to thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys all later. Like, favorite, subscribe, most of all have fun. And I will see you as long as you live another day, elitists. Bye!